Alright, I'm back, and today you can kind of say we're doing some work to the turbo, I guess. It's like some sort of turbo work, I guess. So so today we've actually got this diverter valve plus. It's in a forge box, but I'll explain that in a second. So we're going to be doing some work on the diverter valve, basically changing that, making it better, and then going to see how it sounds. Obviously going to have some revving clips, some drive-by or something, I don't know, something like that out. Okay, so here is the diverter valve plus. I just want to give a big shout out to Jayden. I'll put his Insta up here or something and down in the description if you guys want to follow him. He actually sent this out to me. It's a diverter valve plus. He wasn't using it, so I said I could use it, so I thought I'd do a video on it as well. But yeah, he sent this over, and it's, you can see, one second, let me get this out. You can see we've got the full diverter valve and the screws and everything. I'll show you how it works, and that's going to be replacing this here. So yeah, again, big shout out to Jayden for sending that over. Okay, let's get into the install, and then once we take the old diverter valve off, I'll show you how this actually makes our diverter valve. Like this is better than our current one. I'll show you guys that in a second. You can see it's got all the little go fast bits stuff on there, and I'll see how it performs. Now on there, and I'll see how it performs. Then I'll put a link in the description for one if you guys want to buy it for yourself. Because if it's not as good, then obviously I'm not gonna tell you guys to buy it. So if it turns out to be better, then I'll put a link down below, and you guys can buy it through there if you guys want it. And yeah, let's get into the install then. Okay, so all we need to do for the install is pretty simple. This is our stock diverter valve. If you haven't got a air filter already, there's a video down below if you want to check that out. This gives off some nice noises. I'll put them in the before and afters. But to get this diverter valve off, we're looking at 1, 2, and then 3. 3 screws, pull it off, and the little clip for this sensor. This comes off. Then we'll put it all together over there on the side, and then we'll continue with this. But yeah, quite simple. Should be quite a simple install. Alright, so we're going to be using a T30 bit to do them 3 screws that I showed you earlier. Take them 3 out. I'll show you how to take the clip off. It's really simple, and we'll get that out. So yeah. Now don't drop these screws down the engine bay, because then it's going to be long. Might need a screwdriver or some sort of extension, rather than using an actual ratchet because it's too fat to fit against the diverter valve. Yeah, I think it'll be easy to unplug it first, so just gonna pop a flathead in there, lift that up, and that should come out now. Just gotta push that in there, take it off. It might be a bit stiff just the first time you've done it. Give it a wiggle, and then come out a little bit awkward, and there you go, that's out. Because they have a bit more space now to get that bolt there. Now I want to be careful and not drop anything. And knowing me, I'm going to end up dropping something. Get that off. Now by hand, make sure your car's cool when you're doing this, not when it's hot. You're going to like burn your hands off your turbo. It's a cool side, but the hot side's not far off it, so you can't easily accidentally touch it. I'd suggest just doing these awkward ones, like the back one. Do it by hand and use 2 hands. One to catch it just in case it falls. Takes a bit longer, but you'd rather do that and not kill. You could not lose any bolts and could be stuck. Okay, that's one out. That one out. Okay, put your screws to the side. That's the diverter valve now out. Now we're going to take it to the wall and sort it out. Okay, so your install should be same as this, but what's it called? I've got whatever Jayden gave me in the box, so it should be the same. But this is your stock diverter valve. Okay, yeah. So this is the stock diverter valve. Now what the stock one does, you can see that piece goes in and out, but it only has 2 options. It either has fully out, so not giving out and you're just containing all the boost, then in, and it releases all the pressure. So just think of it as pressurized and non-pressurized. With the diverter valve plus now, if you look at, let me get it out, so this is going to sit, let the ambulance go. Okay, this is going to sit near, basically part of the frame for that. But what it is, look, you can see here, it's much like, it should be a bit smoother, so you need to oil it a little bit, but basically what this does, it lets it be progressive, not just on or off. So that will release pressure. This works off the pressure built in the system. So if there's loads, it'll release a bit and slowly slow down, so it doesn't release all the pressure at once. So let's say you're on a gear change, you won't lose all boost. Like all boost won't get recirculated, only like half, or probably less than half. That's what theoretically is meant to happen. So you should stay like get onto boost sooner after a gear change kind of thing. But we'll see how it does in real life. But yeah, let's dismantle this, put this part of it, and then get that in. Okay, so to install it, you take off this, just kind of wiggle it and it comes off. Oh, the whole thing popped off, there you go. You want it like that basically, take the whole thing off, keep the O-ring. Now once you've done that, you get the go fast bits, diverter valve. and you get the plunger. Okay, so once it's like that, I've got this in the box. So you got to put this plunger onto here, just that. Oh, don't drop that. Same as basically what that did, but put that onto there. Then this goes on top, on like that. But there's like a little ridge somewhere. Here it is. See this little bit in the top right. That piece, there's a little notch here on the diverter valve. You gotta match it up with that. So mine goes on like this, and just squeeze that on. And there you go, you can line up with the hole there. Twist it on a little bit. Make sure it's all on evenly, otherwise it's not right. Might be a bit fiddly like mine is, but that just takes a few attempts. Okay, it's a bit tough, but there, you can see it should sit basically flush. Maybe a millimetre gap, but wouldn't say any more than that should be in there. I'd say, yeah. Like, you can kind of see through it just about sometimes, but if you just basically keep pressing it around the edges, and have it looking like mine, so that much gap between them. Now once that's on, you want to get this piece and the spring on there like that, and then put this in. But before we put this in, we're going to grease it, so I'm just going to grab some engine oil. Just going to cap the stuff in there. So just do that, get some on your finger, and then put the spring in. Just do that, and then along the edge. Okay, now let's try it. Something doesn't seem right in my setup. That's how it's meant to look. Quite like that. Oh, don't cover the hole when you're trying to press it. That's why I'm causing a vacuum and making it mess up. Yeah, okay, so just push from the side. When it does that, that's fine, that's ready to go in now. So now you can't use your old bolts, the old bolts won't work. They're just too small, you're going to have some in the box with it, use them. Okay, so there's going to be these 3 screws, these longer ones, they're going to obviously go through and go back in the same way it did before. It's T30s again. Okay, so I'm going to put it in back in the old way, so like this. Slots in just like that. And then the bolts just go. Now what this should do is hold boost for us when we let off, like not too much, basically just avoid compressor surge. And avoid compressor surge, save your turbo, but it'll hold enough boost to be close to peak boost. But if you let off fully, if you let off for too long, then obviously it'll slowly release it all. Okay, that's in. Okay, so that's how it's meant to look. I'm just gonna get a microfiber, clean it all up, because there's a bit of grease on there from my hands. Then we'll go somewhere and we'll test it out. Okay, so let's hope the startup's fine, make sure I haven't done anything wrong. I'm pretty sure I did it right, but make sure no engine light or anything. Yep, that's fine. Okay, let's go for a drive then. Alright, so we're going to be doing some revving for the diverter valve, obviously, hear that. And then we'll do some bonnet open and bonnet closed, just so we can see the difference, and then we'll do the full drive with it. Yeah, so far just driving to the car park, it does feel like it's a slightly bit on boost a bit earlier kind of thing, but I'll explain when we're driving it, because it's really weird to explain. Let's do the driving clips then. Okay, so let me know what you guys think of that. Personally, I think it sounded like it's like a dump. It's got the sounds of a dump valve, but the properties of a diverter valve, which is kind of sick. Because then you got the good sounds and you got the good performance and whatever. On top of that, what's it called? I don't know how it might have been. I don't know what it was, but basically I've been getting pops now. Every time I was hitting a certain, if I let off at a certain particular point, I'd get a pop. You guys might not have heard it on camera because you would have heard diverter valve mainly, but I was hearing pops and I was really confused how I was getting them. So I'll try to recreate that later on. And yeah, but trust me, the pops I'm getting like proper. Before it was like little ones. I mean proper pops. This is like proper like decent. These pops are actually like proper decent pops as well. So they're not even like little ones. So I'm gonna try to recreate that, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it. But if I can, I'll try to throw a clip in now. Or you know what? On my Instagram, I'll link it down below and I'll show it up now. I'll have a, what's it called, on my story. I always post clips here and there and stuff. If I can get that recreated on another day, you'll see it on there probably, if anything. So yeah, no, let's go get some drive-bys now as well. Okay, I'm driving normally right now, and to be fair, it's not actually too bad, you know. Like, let's try it here. Okay, on full boost here. Oh shit, what the hell? That was weird. Okay, so I was on full boost then. Had to short shift obviously because like traffic and stuff around me. But I was on full boost. When I changed, I did a quick change and I didn't actually lose, like, I don't know how to explain it, but there was no, the throttle response was just there. I don't know how to explain it, just the throttle response was there when I changed. I'll try it again when I get a chance. You can hear it as well, it sounds so sick. I don't know if you guys can hear it on camera. Okay, let's try here. On boost now. Full boost here, change. Full boost here, yeah, that's kind of sick, that is. I'm trying to think of words to explain it, but I'm not sure. It's like, okay, imagine, when I change gear, usually the divert valve dumps basically all the air out of the intercooler and back into the intake. But now, it's like, it drops enough to avoid the compressor surge, and then it already has like some charge in there kind of thing. Like, the charge is not far off being on boost, on full boost kind of thing. Like, there's still air stuck in the intercooler, like, it leaves air in the intercooler, so that when you change, you're on boost instantly. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's something like that. It's something like that, it feels like. Yeah, online I've seen that it is meant to increase throttle response. It does say it's meant to increase your throttle and stuff like that. All the responsiveness and whatever is meant to be better. And on top of that, it's also there to avoid boost leaks, because the original diverter valve I had, which was revision D, that's prone to boost leaks. And there's even a revision G that GTIs and all these other high performance engines use. I have the same diverter valve as them. Revision G is even even sometimes gives boost leaks. For example, my dad's Tiguan, which has a GTI engine in there, that actually had a boost leak from a revision G. What's it called? Valve. But my brother's car, which is a stage 1 2D A4, which again GTI engine but stage 1, that's what's it called? That's been going fine for like the past year and a bit, and that's been running higher boost levels because it's stage 1. So they can have the issues of the original ones. This one, on the other hand, won't have any boost leaks because it works all off pressure. So the way it works is that when you put your foot down and you're on boost, when you change, as you let off, it'll let go of enough boost to avoid compressor surge, and then it'll change. It'll like start, because it works off pressure. When most pressure's gone, there's less force now pushing it, so it's releasing the rest of the pressure slowly. So if I'm right, or I understand it right, if you take longer to change gear, you should lose more boost as you're changing gear. So if you take too long to change, you'll lose most of it. And we'll try that out in a second, because I'm nearly at the road now. So I think the longer you take to change, the more boost you'll lose. So the more normal it'll feel, kind of thing, like back to normal laggy kind of feel. So let's try it here. So look, I'm on second gear, full boost now, change. I do it slowly, change. Yeah, it progressively. Yeah, that's kind of mad. So slowly. Foot down again, slowly picks up. Yeah, okay. I'll try to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it to you guys. But basically, when you put your foot down, like when you change gear, the boost will be there normally. I'm going to change gear quickly, but if you do it slowly, it'll release that pressure progressively. So it's like a curve. So it'll slowly keep progressively losing it, and then you'll build it back up like how it used to be. So before, when I used to change gear, it used to be a full. Can't even see anything. So before, when I used to change gear, I'd change, lose a bit of the boost. Like, you know, when you get pushed back. So I get pushed back from the initial acceleration, then it'll change. On gear change, you'll lose the G-force. Then get pushed back again. But it wouldn't be like instant just throwing back. It'll progressively pull you back again. Now when I put my foot down, I'll change and I'll straight away off gear and then on, and it'll just flick you back. Like, you can feel you're on boost instantly. I don't have to. That's the only way of me explaining it. I'm not sure how else to explain it, because you'll only know if you drive this car. Like, if you drive this car every day, like how I've been driving it, like if it's your daily car, then you'd know the difference. But a person who hasn't driven this car before, they wouldn't be able to tell. They just think, oh, it's meant to be like that. Like, it feels like it's, oh yeah, like it doesn't feel crazy different. Maybe on high boost, but right now it feels basically just the same with a little bit less lag. Because once you've changed and you're onto accelerator again, you're not gonna feel it because you're already on boost then. And to get to full boost in this tiny turbo, it doesn't take long. So there's not a big difference. Unless you got a bigger turbo, then it's 100% worth it. Because like you have lag time, like the lag time will be much bigger then. But there's hardly any lag right now, so that's the thing. Because I didn't have much lag in the first place, it doesn't matter too much because I'm already getting onto boost so quickly in the past because the turbo is so small it spools up like it's nothing. So even now, yes, it's a tiny difference, but I can only tell because I'm looking out for it. If I wasn't looking out for it, I probably wouldn't even realise. I probably just think it's normal. That's the thing. Like, there's not much in it right now, but I think when we're going to be going for the stage 3 / like stage 2 plus kind of build, we're going to be running like double the boost pressure, probably most likely something around that. We're going to be running. So if we're running that high, then we're going to be looking at probably this will actually make sense because one thing is it'll avoid boost leaks. Another thing is we're actually going to be having more boost in the first place. So to build that boost back up, it will only lose a little bit, and if you change quickly, it should hold that boost ready for us. So then we get back onto accelerator quicker, back to full boost again quicker, and then better power, better speed. You know, I'll link down below the Go Fast Bits video and explaining this as well how it works. But it's basically just progressive, so more like it just releases the perfect amount of boost to avoid compressor surge. So you're not on max boost when you change, you're going to be on like a lower amount of boost, but you'll still be on boost, if you get what I'm saying. But how it used to be in the past, you'd be on boost, you wouldn't even be, like, you'd be on such low boost in the past, you still have to build it back up. So you change and you build the boost again, you change, like, I don't know how to explain that as much. It won't take long to build a boost, but it reduces that gap even more. So it's not a big difference right now. On a massive intercooler, massive stage 3 crazy car, maybe it does make a difference. But right now, there's no difference. Like, there's not really much, not a normal noticeable difference. If you're a normal person, you wouldn't really be able to tell this. I can only tell because I'm looking out for it. If I had someone else in here, they wouldn't be able to tell. To be fair, just before I recorded this, I went to my mate's house and I asked him what, I didn't tell him what I'd done to the car, I just said to him, can you feel a difference? He was saying the car's a little bit faster, it feels like the car's a bit faster. And then told us about it. I thought it's in my head, that's why I got a second opinion, but I think, what's it called? I think it has made a slight difference when you do change, but it's not a major difference. One thing is it only matters when you put your foot down hard. Another thing is it only matters if you're doing quick gear changes. Another thing is, unless you're on high boost applications, it's not really going to make much of a difference anyway. Because this turbo is so small, it just spools up instantly. So for this kind of car, it probably isn't worth it. If you've got like a KO4 car or like bigger, like a KO4 hybrid with some big intercoolers or something, and like a GTI, that might make a bit more sense. But right now, it isn't really. I wouldn't say it's worth it. If you're just gonna get a loan with no remap, no nothing, I wouldn't say it's worth it. Unless you're going for a stage 2 or higher build, I wouldn't say it's worth doing. It's not worth the money otherwise. That's what I think of it. Okay, yeah. So mentioning the stage 2 stuff. Let's just say we've got some new parts. Yeah, we've got some new parts coming. They're gonna make the car, let's just say, louder. Yeah, basically we're getting there. The build's starting now. The build's starting. Power mods are slowly coming, and this one should be fitting around Saturday. So probably ended. You guys will probably see it a week after this video, roughly. But the install isn't too hard, too far. But that's the plan. And remap wise, I am starting to get to talk to some garages, and the issue is no one's actually done a 1.4 TSI. That's the issue. So because no one's done a 1.4 TSI this engine to that extent, no one knows the limits that well. No one knows, like, you know what I'm saying. The issue is no one knows where to go with it. That's the problem. And there's no like readily available kits and stuff. So it all has to be like custom stuff or a really janky setup. So that's what I'm going for. Really, like, it's just gonna be some weird homemade stuff we're going for. But we're aiming for roughly GTI power, so around 200s. That's what I would like to get. Don't know what we're gonna get. It's gonna be a reasonable build of those. This isn't gonna be like, oh, crazy money to put into it. I'm gonna put in a bit more money into it, but like, if you guys ever want to do it yourself, it won't be excessive, crazy amount of money. But that is the plan right now. Alright guys, that is it then for today. That is the Go Fast Bits Diverter Valve Plus. Thanks again to Jayden for sending it over. And yeah, overall it's quite good, but I'd say it's only worth getting in high, like if you're running high boost or you're running much crazier setups, not stock. Personally, I'd say that. But yeah, to like, comment down below, and also subscribe if you guys do want to see the stage 2/3 build, depending on what we can go for. Because the limits of the car we don't know yet, so we're still working that out. But we've got a big video coming. It might not be next video, it'll probably be the video after that, I think. And I've done some mods to my mate's Polo, so that'll be out soon as well. Basically, we've got a lot of stuff going on now. Now it's starting to pick up, all the things are. Because I've started uni, I haven't had much time to make too many videos, but I'm trying as much as I can to make videos and obviously good content. We've got a few parts lined up. Body kit, we're just waiting for a chance to get the body kit on, honestly. We haven't had a chance to get it on, that's the issue. But yeah, that's the body kit is going on. I have got it in my room. I've been intending to put it on for so long. I've got the holes ready in the split. I've got everything ready. It hasn't had time to go on. Like, we haven't had a chance to get this on. So the body kit will be soon. We'll have some more parts, engine parts going on soon as well, that actually affect power and so on. And then we'll have the remap going on. We've got quite a bit going on. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.